Hello Alpha users, here's a short video to help you get started with logging data at the Shared Events Network. So you can just go to sharedevents.net and enter your username and password that was recently emailed to you. When you do that, the first screen you'll be taken to is your community statistics page, where if you choose to enter information about yourself, you'll see how you fit into the community. So for example, I'm a male, as are most of the other folks on the site right now. Hopefully that will change over time. And I can choose what information I want to enter. And as I do that, I'll get a sense of how everyone else relates to me with regard to, in this case, where we live. So I'm somewhat of a minority living in a town of under 5,000, but I know there's some other folks that are in a similar situation. On this page I can also enter some information to get started, like for example yesterday's I woke up at 7:30, and if I log that I will see how that compares to other folks. So for example, I am an early riser compared to some of the other folks on the system, or the average of the other folks on the system right now. Okay, let's go log some data and go to our dashboard. On the dashboard you will have your favorite events pre-set up for you. There's 12 of them, and some have been entered, but you can change them at any time. Just clicking on change buttons here. So for example, if you want this to be the time you woke up and the time you went to bed, go to bed, save those selections, review them, make sure you're happy with them, and go back to the main page. And these favorite events, if you're using a smartphone, they'll also follow you on your smartphone when you log into sharedevents.net. Alright, so you can click on any of them to add an event. As soon as you click on it, it is entered at the current time. But if you want to backdate it, it's easy enough to do. So 9:15, and in this case, when I woke up, I had 500 milliliters of water. So you can continue entering whatever events you're motivated to. So for example, here I'll enter breakfast. I had breakfast at around 8:30 this morning, so I'm going to change that. 8:30. I had scrambled eggs and toast. So I'm going to click off bread and eggs. You don't have to click off these things, but if you do, you'll get more information back. And I had toast with peanut butter, so no extracts. It was pretty good, so I'm going to give it a rating of good. And eggs and toast. There we go. So I'll save that now. So now, if I go back to my dashboard, we'll see I have, under my most recent events, in order of this morning, from most recent to latest, all my events, I can filter them by the type of event. So if I wanted to just see all my wake-up times, I could do that if I hit apply. I could also say, show me everything that I rated as good, and I would get that. I could limit it further to breakfasts if I wanted, lunch, dinner, and one suggestion is dinner and very good or excellent. Might give you some good dinner recommendations. Alright, so under each type of event there's this little R. That is a report, and it shows some basic information about all the events that you've logged. In this case, it's pretty boring. I've drank 500 milliliters of water today. I've done that once, and I did that at around 9:16 a.m. Over time, as you do this, you get to see some patterns that are fairly useful. For example, if this was the wake-up report, and you had multiple wake-ups on your event count, you would know that something's wrong there. And again, if you had zeros, you could go back and fill in those dates if you want. At the bottom of the page, you do get a list, and you can always edit an event just by clicking on it. So I'm going to the Add Events page. Let's add another breakfast event. Cereal. cereal with milk. And I had that yesterday at about 8:45. It was average. Save that. And so now, for example, when I go to look at my breakfast report, so I've had one breakfast each day for the last 2 days, and I got my times. I have them down here. I can filter them, and I can delete anything that is inappropriate or inaccurate. Also, when you're looking at any kind of food report page, there is the food type analysis, and this is a breakdown of everything that people have eaten, the frequency that people have eaten with their meals, and you'll see that, well, we've got some pretty basic data here. Half my meals have had bread, half have had cereals, half have had eggs, milk and nut extracts. And you can see how that compares to the rest of the community. This will get more interesting the more data you enter. I hope that helps you get started. If you have any questions, get in touch with us. Contact button's right there, and happy logging.